What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Nintendo Friends, where we talk about everything gaming, but mostly Nintendo. I am your host, Hector/Del, and with me as always, except for last week, but with me as always is my co-host and fellow gamer, Abel. How are you doing today, Abel?
What's up, guys? I'm doing great.
You're back!
I'm back.
We're
baby.
back doing the podcast together.
Yep.
As you guys know, last week was I did a podcast with Philip Taele, aka the Flying Hawaiian, aka the Alolan Pokemon himself, and Jack Nova, a new friend of the show. Well, actually an old friend of the show, but a newest guest on the show.
Right.
And that was really fun. If you guys haven't heard it yet, go check it out. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and it's on YouTube. There's a visual aid, I guess, on YouTube. It is we talked about our favorite gaming soundtracks. Did you get a chance to listen to that one?
I did. It was a great episode. I wasn't jealous at all at the subject matter, but that's all right.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you miss out, man.
Yeah, I guess.
No. But we're back at it again, and so I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this one, because this is territory that it's kind of new. We've never been in a transition period with Nintendo consoles.
Yes,
it's always
that's true.
Ever since we started this podcast, it's always been the Switch. We're in a really exciting time where today we're going to talk about the June Direct predictions.
Man, that is exciting. I never actually thought of that.
Yeah,
we're witnessing history here, and we're actually recording that.
Like
it's pretty cool.
We have our podcast while the next Nintendo Switch successor is going to come out.
Right.
Not in the Direct, sadly, because.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. But yes,
But yeah, that's what we're talking about today is the June Direct predictions. So we're going to talk about what we know, what we'd like to see, and then what we actually predict will happen.
Right.
This is going to be really hard because there's no telling, but we're going to try our best. So as far as what we know, last Direct, and I'm looking at the list, okay? The last Direct that happened was September 14th, 2023. It doesn't even seem that long ago. Because do you remember when it came out and I texted you? Bro.
I do remember
they're
that, yeah.
coming out with Thousand Year Door.
Yeah.
And that's how they ended the last Direct.
I know. I was at work, and I remember you texted me. It really doesn't seem like that long ago, but I mean, geez, it's already going to be almost a year.
Yeah.
Give or take a couple months. So that's wild. But yeah, no, the last Direct, they did reveal a lot of great stuff. But yeah, share the list that you were talking about.
So yeah, the list from last Direct, they started it off with Splatoon 3, the expansion pass. I have yet to even touch that. Yeah. I have heard nothing about it. There's a little girl that goes to our church. She's like a Splatoon fanatic. June, if you're hearing this, I'm talking about you. And she's great, but she's always like, she's the what is it? The Noah, whatever. Yeah, the Splatoon guru.
Splatoon.
And like,
wow, that's funny. I didn't know that.
And she was just telling me like, you gotta get on. And I'm like, what even is it? And like, she never told me like. But it seemed like that's all. Like even from my Splatoon guru, I'd heard like little to nothing about it.
Yeah.
So I really don't know. If you guys have played that, let me know how it is, or let us know because I have no clue. But yeah, I enjoyed my time with Splatoon 3, but it's over. So Mario vs. Donkey Kong. This one I was a little bit interested in because I did play the Game Boy Advance game. I put it on my Ambernick.
Nice.
So it's great.
Go ahead and check out the Ambernick video.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the Ambernick video, it's great.
It's a great, amazing little
It was fun.
console.
It was fun. That console was really nice. But like, yeah, I was interested in it, and it's just a really polished remake, honestly. Yeah. I think it's great for younger kids. I think it's a really great game. So then Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. It's a multi-platform game. So like it's available on, I believe, PlayStation, Xbox. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I know it's available on other consoles. But the Switch version is pretty good. Then they had Super Mario RPG. More stuff about it. I can't believe it hadn't come out yet. So, which I did buy that one. It's pretty great, but Thousand Year Door is better in my opinion. Princess Peach Showtime, another great kids game, but not really anything too
nothing
big and flashy to talk about. It's literally, I think it's good for young girls, young children.
Yeah, just people that relate to the character of Peach. That's cool.
Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered, starring Lara Croft.
Cool.
So if you like the PlayStation games, it's a refresh, coat of paint. Detective Pikachu Returns. Freaking Pokemon and just what they're doing. I'm glad they're taking a year off to make the Legends pizza. What is it? Legends ZA?
Yeah, Legends.
Legends ZA. Reminds me of Pete. You want some ZA, bro? But the Detective Pikachu, it was lazily done. It literally looks like a 3DS game that was kind of remastered.
Slapped with a Switch.
Yeah, with a filter
on it.
Yeah, with a Switch filter on it. But whatever, people like that game. I'm sure it's a good game. I actually did want to buy it to complete the Detective Pikachu collection because I have the first one on 3DS. So,
oh yeah.
Was there anything that you were interested in on the Direct?
Really, the only thing that I found somewhat like intriguing to me was Luigi's Mansion 2. That's really about, and that's probably what stuck out to most people as well.
Right.
But yeah, everything else was kind of just like, it was great to see, and cool and all, but
it was like,
it just didn't really.
I feel like
wow
it was
me.
the definition of mid.
Right. Yeah.
But the only standout for me, again, like the big exciting thing, was A Thousand Year Door, which I'm playing that right now.
Yeah.
And I'm loving it. I'm loving this game. I love it so much. It might like jump up to one of my top 10. Honestly.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I really like it. But speaking of Luigi's Mansion, that is the only thing that has not come out in the Direct.
Yeah.
From last year. Everything else has come out. F-Zero 99, Bantail, Song of Nunu, WarioWare, Move It, Wargroove 2, Dave the Diver. Everything else has come out except for Luigi's Mansion 2. So Luigi's Mansion 2, that was originally a 3DS game. The trailer looks fine, but it's in that same realm as far as like Detective Pikachu is.
Pikachu goes,
It's just a 3DS game slapped with a filter, like a remastered filter, to put on the Switch. I liked Luigi's Mansion 3, but like it's probably one of the better looking games on Switch. But I'm not really into the Luigi's Mansion games. I like the exploration part of it, but like as far as that goes, I haven't played either of the first two. Have you ever played any of the Luigi's Mansion games before?
Yeah, I have, and that's kind of why I was excited about Luigi's Mansion 2 when they announced it on the Direct.
It's so weird because it's Dark Moon, right?
Yes.
So they had marketed it. They marketed it for the 3DS. It's Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, but for the Switch, it's marketed as Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
Yeah.
Why do you think they didn't put Dark Moon?
I don't know.
Or Dark Moon Remastered.
I always like the title Dark Moon. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
It's got like a Pink Floyd feel.
Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah. Transformers Dark Side of the Moon. So that's all that we know from the last Direct that hasn't come out yet. They haven't really released anything else. Actually, you know what? That's not true. There is one thing off mic. We were talking about it right before we started this podcast. You want to talk about with a certain character that's got a top hat?
Oh yeah.
Because we have yet to see that.
Yeah, we have. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about Professor Layton. Where's Professor Layton? What happened to that? We haven't really.
Supposed to be on Switch.
Yeah, we haven't really heard much of anything. I
think people forgot because like we have it. Man. Like, you told me, I forgot.
Yeah, I know, and that kind of sucks because I feel like there's such a Professor Layton fandom, myself included.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah. And so most people don't really talk about it. It's just not one of those really popular franchises.
Yeah, I was really excited for that.
And so, yeah, I know, I was excited too. It's funny just talking about Professor Layton. I remember because I'm such a fan of Professor Layton, he was the character that I had voted for in the Smash ballot. Do you remember the Smash ballot?
Yes, I remember the Smash ballot.
Yeah, and when you would pick whatever character you wanted to see in Smash Bros, my vote was for Professor Layton.
Did they do that? They did that in the Wii U era, or when did they do that? First Ultimate.
They did that for
both, right?
No, not for Ultimate. They did that for Wii U because I know the character that won was Bayonetta.
Okay.
She was like the fan picked one.
I know people wanted Sora too. They've always wanted Sora.
Yeah.
And then we got Sora for Ultimate. But
right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Layton. So you picked Layton.
Yeah, I picked Layton because I love Professor Layton. I love the games, but we saw a really cool animated trailer
Yeah, like a teaser trailer.
Yeah, like a teaser trailer for it, and we haven't really seen anything since.
Nothing at all.
That is something I would really very much like to see.
Same here.
Do I think they're gonna reveal it or give us more information? I hope they do, because the Switch is coming to a close.
Yeah, it's like it's not like Nintendo would, announce something and then never come out with it. Oh wait.
They would.
Metroid Prime 4.
Right. Another thing that we haven't seen in God knows how many years.
The amount of talk about Metroid Prime 4 and just how much people want that game. I have a feeling, this is I guess my first prediction, even though we haven't got there yet. I feel like that's a game that's going to come out and people are going to be massively
underwhelmed.
Disappointed. Yeah, about it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but just
well, it's never a good sign when a game has this many delays and stuff like that. So
and so many people want it. And
right. It's like the Seinfeld finale. It's just never gonna live up to the expectations.
It's like you have this vision in your head, this desire of what you want to see, and then everybody's got these high expectations, and then when it doesn't deliver, it's a bad game. And I have a feeling it's not gonna be a bad game.
No, by any means, but Nintendo's
the
really
expectations and everything.
Yeah, Nintendo's really not doing it any favors by holding it out this long. And I saw when I was doing research, I saw that they have somewhere they have it Nintendo has it listed as the release date is still to be determined, but it's in development still apparently. It's not off the chopping block, and it hasn't been canceled or anything like that. It's still apparently in development, but they don't have any confirmed release date for it. Yeah. So as much as we'd like to see it mentioned in this Direct in June, I really don't see them saying anything about it, unfortunately.
Some people have thought that it's going to come out for the Switch too.
Maybe.
Some people are
maybe
Switch
as a launch title.
See, that's what people think. I don't think so. Maybe it'll come out for the Switch too, but I don't think it's going to be
one of the big launch titles.
Yeah, one of the big launch titles.
I don't, and I definitely don't think that about Professor Layton 2. It's just too
I feel
small
like
of
they
a
should.
franchise.
I feel like they should come out with the Professor Layton Switch game this year. I feel like that's a good game to come out with this year, but
it's a good send off.
Yeah, this is part of what we'd like to see, right?
Yeah,
the Layton game, Metroid Prime 4. We always want to see Metroid Prime 4, but it's just I don't think it's gonna happen. I would kind of like to see another big, not that Metroid is not a big franchise, but a bigger franchise game. Maybe the Zelda Wind Waker and Twilight Princess remix.
Oh, maybe.
Or maybe a Oracle of Ages. Oracle of Seasons and Seasons of Ages.
Seasons of Ages.
What is it?
Yeah, Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons.
Oracle of Seasons. Yeah. Remake the same that we got for Link's Awakening.
Right.
In that same style, the little chibi little style game.
Right.
I would like to see that.
I think that'd be great.
I would like to see a Mario. I'm always down for a Mario game. However, I think that we have had a good amount of Mario this year. The last 2 years.
Yeah.
We got the Mario Donkey Kong. We got Mario Wonder. that came out last year.
Yeah.
So I think that
and all these other games.
Yeah,
too,
I would like to see. I would like to see. You know what I would like to see, since maybe more stuff come to the Nintendo Switch Online. Maybe Pokemon games in Game Boy Color section. Yeah. Maybe more games in the GBA. I would like to see Mario.
I want to see. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. I would like to see the Mario and Luigi, those RPGs for the GBA.
Yeah.
Maybe they remake those.
That would be cool too.
For the Switch. Yeah. Like the way they did Mario versus Donkey Kong.
Right.
I feel like that would be great. That would be a great thing. One of the great ways to end. The
Switch's
to close
lineage.
It out.
Yeah. No, for sure. I think adding stuff to Switch Online would be, just it would add to the overall play. Still the relevancy to the console.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't want to shut it out completely, right? As soon as we move on to the next big thing, the Switch is still going to be there, and we still want to have prominent things for
I feel like the Switch is gonna go down in history, and I feel like it should, as the ultimate Nintendo console, because you can play games from almost all of the consoles and handheld generations. Maybe add some DS games. Maybe that'll be Switch too. But anyway,
yeah, you never know.
One thing I wanna mention really quick is with this Nintendo Switch Online. I'm really scared for the future because what happens?
They're gonna pull an eShop.
Yes.
Just shut everything down.
Like, are they going to have that available for everyone? Or is it just gonna, because the servers will shut down, nobody can play these games anymore on Nintendo Switch Online? Because in order to play those games, you have to have a subscription.
Yeah.
To Nintendo Switch Online.
And so nobody's gonna have a subscription.
Exactly,
if we're getting
because
the new console.
the servers are gonna go down eventually.
Yeah.
So like, are we gonna lose all those games?
Hopefully not.
I hope that they're like, all right, you know what? Like, it's been long enough. Everybody can have these.
Yeah.
Like, available. I have a feeling it's going to be available for everyone. You don't need a subscription, and it'll just have a download, like an update.
Yeah.
Where it'll just download automatically all the games in there as like one game.
It's very wishful thinking, but we have
I don't think they're going to do that, but like, I'm going to be very upset. People are going to get very upset, but I guess we'll get there when we get there. But nobody else has talked about that.
Right.
Like, nobody else is like saying anything, and I'm just over here worrying my little heart off.
We're gonna lose these games.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. That's what I got the Ambernick for, just in case. So that's kind of what we see. Is there anything else that you want to see?
I mean, carrying on the whole Nintendo Switch Online topic, I want to see Pokemon. I want to see any Pokemon game. Any of the original main series games.
If you give us Red and Blue on Nintendo Switch Online, put the color in there.
Yeah.
Patch it up. Don't give me Black and White. Give me the option for Black and White. Fine. But give me the option for color too.
Right.
Jeez.
At the very least, Pokemon Red and Blue. I understand if we don't get
Yellow. Do something, Nintendo.
Yeah. No, I understand if we don't get, whatever. I get it, but I mean, I would like to see at least one main series Pokemon game available on Nintendo Switch Online. That we have the options for, right? We have the Game Boy Advance, we have the Game Boy, which includes the Game Boy Color. So, we have the outlets there. It's just, Nintendo hasn't really done anything with it. So, other than these, I'm like, I don't want Pokemon Pinball or whatever they have on.
Pokemon Puzzle League
Pokemon
or whatever.
Puzzle, yeah. Like,
I mean, it's fine, but it's like, it's
I want a main series game. I want to play a main series game on my Nintendo Switch.
I don't know if that's Pokemon, the Pokemon company, like holding it back, or if it's Nintendo, but whatever. Honestly, I really would like to see Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, or at least one of them, because listen, I bought a Wii U. Those things are expensive. The games, the Twilight Princess remastered or HD
it's
and
like
Wind Waker
ridiculous.
HD, they are so hard to find.
Yeah.
And there's now I could shell out $100 and something. I could shell out that amount of money, but like it's so unnecessary.
Right.
Like I don't want to do that. Like it's like so make it way more affordable. Even if it's honestly like even if it's like $60. Even 70. I'm going as far as 70. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I can do that because games are that expensive anyway.
Yeah.
But like I want to play. I want to play a remastered version because honestly, I've enjoyed playing Twilight Princess on the Wii. By the way, if you've been keeping up with our channel, we had a series where it's like, will I finish Twilight Princess? The answer is no. So
you did not.
At least not on Twitch. But I started playing it again in my own time.
Yeah.
And I've actually gotten further than I did on Twitch. And I'm enjoying it.
Oh, that's good.
I'm actually enjoying it. Yeah, I don't even think I told you that I started it again.
Yeah.
And I went further. And now I'm past the Wolf Link. I'm past where I stopped.
Right. Where did you stop?
I stopped right when I became Wolf Link.
Oh.
Or sorry, when I came back to the regular realm.
Oh, so when you beat the first temple?
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Well, I went to Zelda's.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Zelda's tower.
Castle and all
that.
And
then we went back to the regular realm.
Man.
So yeah, but now I'm past that.
Oh, okay.
Now I got Midna, her sword, and shield.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So now I'm continuing, and it's great. I love it, but I want to play that remastered. As great of a time as I'm having, so it looks weird on my TV.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I want it I want it to be refreshed. I want it to be remastered.
For sure. I'm playing.
I wanted to play the Wii U version, but I can't because it's hella expensive.
Yeah. No, I get it for sure, and
I'm fine with playing Wind Waker on my GameCube. That game looks great on the GameCube still because of the art style.
Yeah.
We were playing it.
Yeah,
earlier.
we were playing it not too long ago. But Twilight Princess is definitely like, they were so like out there with the with the designs and everything like that it doesn't really hold up.
I feel like it's kind of one of the worst looking Zelda games.
They really tried,
like, as far as graphics, or like just the way it looks. It's fun.
Yeah.
But it's.
No, for sure. Yeah, they. I remember, I don't know where I heard this from, or I might have read it, but and I think I told you, but there was a lot of like negative reception when Wind Waker came out, because of the art style in particular. You know, a lot of fans thought Nintendo was selling out, trying to get more, you know, whatever, by changing the art style.
I don't know how they thought that, because they were literally just giving them what they wanted. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Babies. Anyway,
so a lot of fans were complaining when Wind Waker came out, and the design of Wind Waker and everything like that. Mm-hmm. They thought it was more geared for children and stuff like that. So, you know, the fans were really hounding for like a realistic, gritty looking Zelda game. And that's kind of why we got the really dark
Twilight Princess,
edgy Twilight Princess design. But if you look at that design and compare it to Wind Waker, like, I really just, it's like they tried too hard, you know, with Twilight Princess, and it kind of shows. So
I used to be a Twilight Princess hater.
Yeah, you did.
So like, but I'm slowly turning into, okay, this game is really great. It's really fun. I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
I thought the Wolf Link was gonna be stupid, but it's not.
There are some times where it's kind of stupid, but but no.
Oh, the jumping, like how?
It just the mechanics are weird. Yeah, and like he does like a weird little spin.
It's
like
fun
a
though.
Spin thing.
I got frustrated because I was in a house the other day, and like as Wolf Link, and I was trying to find the sword and the shield, and I'm like, how do I get out of here? I couldn't figure it out how to get out of the house.
You have to like use your senses.
I'm like, you can't walk out the front door. You can't have Minna open the door. You have to jump on the bed, then jump out of the small window that looks way too small for you to fit in.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I would like to see. Is there anything that you think is possible, or that's plausible, for this June Direct? That's going to, like, this, we're going into actual predictions now.
Yeah.
What is something that you think is a thing that we could possibly see?
Well, for sure, Professor Layton.
Okay.
We got to see Professor Layton. This was specifically geared for the Switch. The Switch is already coming to the end. Nintendo's already confirmed it. It's the end of this era. So we're getting these games that were already promised to us, you know, for the Nintendo Switch. And I know Nintendo's probably focusing on getting these games out as soon as possible. So I'm almost certain that we're going to see something related to the Professor Layton game. I'm hoping we'll get a release date. I'm pretty sure we will get a release date for it. Again, it's not one of those things like Metroid Prime 4 where it's just kind of like
empty promises,
and like we really still don't know anything, and Nintendo doesn't even really know anything about it. I feel like with this franchise and with this game, you know, Nintendo can put it together pretty easily. So a prediction that I have is we're going to see Professor Layton in some form or fashion. Hopefully a release date. Another prediction that I have is I think we're really going to start to see the last bunch of updates for Nintendo Switch Online. I think for sure we're going to be getting like send-off games, you know, just those games that are going to, you know, tie a nice bow in the Nintendo Switch Online.
Well, that's the hope, right?
That's the hope, right? And the hope is too that these games that they are going to announce, that these games be, you know, good games. Just, you know, good games that the fans have been wanting ever since they announced Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are some of my predictions.
My predictions are different. Well, kind of the same, but like the ones specifically I want to talk about are a little different. I cannot imagine they'll have nothing for the holiday of 2024.
Oh yeah, I always forget about the holidays.
Yeah, so like their November game, or their, you know what I mean, for like Black Friday or for Christmas, you know what I mean, that they're gonna announce during that time. So I feel like something big is going to happen. It's the last last game for the holiday, for the holiday.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it could be.
I have no idea
I'm
either.
hoping. See, this is where that Zelda remastered collection comes into play. It's like that could be perfect, honestly. Another Mario game or like a remake of Mario game. Also, DLC.
Yeah.
For Tears of the Kingdom. I know they said that they probably weren't going to, but that could be an option for this direct.
That's true.
And for the end of the year.
Yeah.
DLC for other things too. DLC for, who knows, Mario versus Donkey Kong.
Right.
More levels that we didn't get in Game Boy Advance. DLC for Super Mario Wonder.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, more. We talked about that before, I think.
Yeah, the DLC for
Wonder. For Wonder, more levels. Yeah. That game is really fun. So yeah, a lot of DLC maybe. But in this direct, I can see that happening where it's just like mostly DLC. It's like that's it, But honestly, the biggest direction. You made me say direction. The biggest prediction I see for thanks. The biggest prediction I see is something for the holiday. Right. I cannot imagine that holiday. They would have just nothing. And I'm going to be really disappointed if there's like nothing for the holiday.
I hope not. And again, this kind of carries what I was saying earlier about like, having those big send-off games, right? Whether it's Nintendo Switch Online or a holiday release, like we want to have, these big games to, kind of send off this console, because this console is great, and I think Nintendo really needs to prioritize that.
The Switch 2 is not coming out until 2025.
Right. And we don't even really know when in 2025. So this
direct, the amount of content in this direct has to last not only this year, but the beginning of 2025.
Right.
It has to hold us over. I imagine, this is another prediction. I guess it'll be my last prediction. The beginning of 2025 is going to be very, very dry. Which is fine, because but give me something to hold over until then.
So then that's the thing, right? If we're gonna have a really dry new year going into 2025, then this direct has to really has to have some substance to it. You know what I mean?
Zowie, I swear.
It has to wowie zowie me.
My God.
It has to wow me. I have to have something to look forward to if we're gonna have a dry new year.
Yeah.
Which is a very plausible prediction, right? So yeah, and that's.
I'm hoping for one more game. Just one. Give me one. Give me one.
Big
Nintendo
ticket game. What was the Mario game? The Mario All Stars.
The 3D All Stars.
Yeah, 3D All Stars. Why don't we have something like that with Zelda?
Zelda 3D. Well, people initially thought that was going to happen with Zelda's 35th anniversary, and all we got was a Game & Watch.
The Game & Watch thing. I remember that. I think we did a podcast.
We did it on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's all they had.
That's right. Even if it's something like an All Stars for the Zelda, for like 3D Zelda games, that would be pretty cool. But again, something about having those remakes, that you've been talking about, I think that would be a really cool, not really likely, but really cool thing to have. Yeah,
Nintendo, you never can know with Nintendo.
Yeah, but they say they love us. They say they listen to us.
Like sometimes they do. Like sometimes they deliver, and it's like wonderful.
Yeah.
Like with Thousand Year Door, I had no idea. I had no clue that they were going to do that. Or, they didn't need to do that, but they did.
Yeah.
So. But anyway, guys, that wraps it up for this episode. What do you think is going to happen with this June Direct? Do you think we're going to see a big holiday game? Do you think more DLC? What do you guys think is going to happen? Is it going to be a great end of the year? Or is it going to be a great end of the year and great beginning of next year? Who knows? Who can tell? Only time will tell, but... Anyway.
And also, too, what are some games that we didn't mention that you would like to see? Any predictions that you guys have? Let us know in the comments. What do you guys think this direct is going to look like? If there's anything that we left out.
Well, that wraps it up for this episode, guys. Thank you so much. Remember to like and subscribe. If you're listening to this on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, remember to leave a review. And with that, we will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Later.